Well, today is Wednesday, June the 21st, 2017. Glad to have you with me. My name is Earl Arnold. I am the host of Let's Talk About Tomorrow. Glad you're here. We got a good show planned. But first, my opening comments. Stick around. All right. Have you ever woke up one morning and you wished that you were somewhere else? I don't know. I mean, like a beach, the Bahamas, New York City. I mean, have you ever just sat there and daydreamed? And you, in your mind, you're thinking, you know, boy, I really do wish that I was sitting on a beach somewhere right now, away from just the everyday daily grind or whatever. I'd like to hear from somebody. Where would you go if you could just snap your fingers or wiggle your nose and be somewhere else? Even if it's just for one day, where would you be? Besides where you're at right now, where would you actually choose to be? One day, that's it. I was just daydreaming about that yesterday. I would give anything just to pack up a tent, a cooler, some water and some food, and just stay out in the woods. One day, it'd be great. All right, that's it. That's my opening comments. If you had one day to be somewhere else, where would it be? All right, stick around. All right, my first guest, they don't need any introduction. They're with us every day. My friends over at Krylack Realtors. We call this the Real Estate Minute. The office number is 931-648-2112. But today we have Elaine Peterson, who's going to be joining us via the Let's Talk hotline. Okay, Elaine, are you with us?
I am. I'm here.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be talking to you this morning.
I'm glad you're talking to me this morning, so that's a good thing.
Yay.
Well, what's going on today? Have you got some good stuff for us?
I do. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about a specific listing that our Krylack office has.
Okay.
It is going to actually be open to the public and to agents both to come out and take a look tomorrow, Thursday, June 22nd, from 11 to 1. The address is 805 Brook Valley Trace. This house is all about location, location, location. It is in all three Rossview schools, elementary, middle, and high, and it's under $300,000.
Oh, cool.
A lot of my buyers are really looking for those Rossview schools, and this price range is just perfect for most of the people looking in that school district. It is also in the center of everything. It is a little sweet little neighborhood that is not too big, not too small. It's just perfect size and just a great location in Rossview.
Yeah,
has 20. Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just going to say my son is in Rossview Middle School. We just love that area.
Yes. So I have kids there also. I'm a big fan.
Good.
This specific house has 3 bedrooms and 3 baths, has that open concept between the kitchen and living space, and a really beautiful window of a walls of window that look out into the backyard. So it's just gorgeous. I'd love for all your listeners to come by and check it out. Like I said, that's tomorrow, this Thursday, June 22nd from 11 to 1. I'll be providing lunch, and one lucky winner will walk away with a $25 gift card.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's good stuff. I mean, you can eat and get a gift card, all kinds of stuff. Wow.
And see a beautiful house and
that's true.
maybe even buy it.
Well, I tell you what, make sure we get a direct line where our listeners can reach you.
Sure. Yes. My direct line is cell phone number 804-239-0536. You can call or text me at that number, and also know that I'm a licensed realtor, and that means I can access any property that's on the MLS listing. Does not have to be a Cry-Like listing. It can be listed through another agency or with another broker. But I can still get in that home and show you that home and represent you as the buyer.
Well, awesome. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
See,
I'm excited.
That's what's really neat to me is the fact that you can get into any house and show people. You know what? Maybe it's just me. I just never knew that. I just assumed that everybody had their own houses and that's just the way it was. See, that's why I'm glad you guys are on here, because I just never knew how that worked. So you can see any house you want that's listed. Just call me. I can arrange an appointment that works for you and get you awesome. In. Okay, guys, Elaine Peterson, 804-239-0536 tomorrow from 11 to 1, 805 Brook Valley Trace. Open house. It's going to be a good time. Give her a shout and go look at a beautiful house. All right, Elaine, have you got anything else for us today?
That's it. Have a great day.
You too. I am so glad you came by. We will be talking to you again tomorrow. We really do appreciate everything you're bringing to the table. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
You have a great day, okay?
All right, you too.
Bye. All right, that was Elaine Peterson over there at Cry-Like Realtors, 931-648-2112, and Elaine's number, 804-239-0536. All right, Elaine, thumbs up. Great interview. Appreciate it. All right, I'm really excited about my next guest. He's a dear friend of mine. I've been friends with him for years, and it's really kind of neat that we talked and kind of started saying, you know what, we need to put you on the show. You hear me interviewing a lot of musicians and producers and engineers, singers, songwriters. Well, I've got a friend of mine. He's been playing with a mutual friend of ours in a band for many years. And you've heard a lot of us talk about Corey Farlow. Well, I've actually got his guitar player, Mr. Joe Hudson, who's going to be joining me today. And Joe also plays with someone else that we're going to talk about. Well, Joe's going to be joining me via the Let's Talk hotline. Joe, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome. Now, folks, before me and Joe get started, don't confuse his talk with New York. He's not from New York, I promise.
Well, I've been accused from being from the south side of the state.
Yeah. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing awesome. Well, do me a favor. I want to share with our listeners, but I want you to be the one to tell them. Now we know you've been playing in a band with Corey Farlow for many years.
Yes.
And you and him are best friends. You go back, way back. And so you've seen everything going on with Corey and a lot of the radio stuff and concerts and,
right.
All the CD sales and merchandise and everything happening around him. But that's not all you're doing.
No, I've got tied into several little things. Of course, Corey, like you said, we've been together a long time, and that's always been a priority.
Right.
About a year and a half ago, I had got connected with John Schneider, actually, which
wow.
a lot of people in this area know him more as a Bo Duke.
Yeah.
But of course, he's also currently Judge Jim Cryer on Have and Have Nots. He was Superman's dad, Jonathan Kent, on Smallville, and been in tons of other TV shows and movies. But back in the late 80s, he had 4 #1 songs out on the country charts as well.
Yep, sure did.
He has a great voice. He's a great guy, and it's been a lot of fun playing for him.
Well, share what's going on there. I mean, how does that work? I mean, when do you guys get together, and how do you? Because I've heard that sometimes he does a full band thing, sometimes he does something just you and him.
Right, right, and more times than not, it's been just him and myself. We'll do a full band thing sometimes when it's a little bit closer to Louisiana, which is where he lives now. It's a little easier to get the guys together.
Yeah.
But as far as what the audiences have really preferred and what they've connected with have been the acoustic shows with he and I.
Oh, that's cool.
We have just really kind of had this great energy and connection on stage that audiences are seeming to identify with, and they feel very close to John whenever we have those shows. You know, he really gets personal with the audience, makes them feel at home. It's almost like you're playing in his living room, except you have a lot more people there. So the acoustic thing has been what we've been leaning towards a little bit, and even with those shows, we still perform, all of his original music that was hits, some of the songs that may not have been as popular, as well as songs off of the new album that we completed in September of last year, and then some of his other songs that just he enjoys playing.
That is awesome, man. I mean, now, listen, there's an obvious question, okay?
Sure.
How good does Daisy Duke really look?
I will say this. She is a very attractive lady. She has aged, like a lot of the rest of them have. But
like me, yeah.
But she takes care of herself. I won't say how old she is, but that can be found on Wikipedia. But she's taken care of herself in her later years and done okay.
Well, I'm sorry. I had to ask that.
Oh,
so.
Absolutely.
Not that any of us guys remember the Daisy Duke shorts or anything.
Right.
We don't remember any of that. So
I was actually I do remember it, but I was very, very young at that point in time.
Yeah, so. well, I was kind of young. I'm a little older than you. Well, okay, right. I'm a lot older than you. So, but either way, yeah, just an obvious question. All right, real quick, I know that you also have a project called the General Lee. Can you share a little bit about that?
Sure. The one I'm building myself, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, I started out. I bought the car a few years ago, actually, and a friend of mine that runs a body shop in Brownsville, Kentucky, Richie Jones, has had it on the back burner just because he's had other projects in front of it.
Right.
But it started picking up steam really well about the last year and a half. And, there again, it's gained a whole other level of significance with the association that I have with John now, too.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to getting it done because the car will travel to some of the appearances that we make with him, of course, now. So, and we may end up debuting the car in April of next year. He's going to have a big birthday celebration.
There we go.
Probably end up getting debuted at his place at his birthday celebration.
Well,
what the plan is.
Do me a favor. If you get a picture with him and you in that car, you got to come back on the show. We got to put that photo on here. Let everybody see it. We got to share that, man. You got to tell us about that.
We can do that, and I can actually provide you a picture of he and I in a General Lee from this last weekend.
Hey,
it's not mine, but there's one. We did a car show in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and on Friday night we did a private concert. But we got some good pictures that next day from the car that he drove in. So.
Can you actually send me one?
Sure.
Man, I got to have it. I'll put that on the show. We got to have it. That's good stuff. I did see some actual photos of you and John Schneider on stage performing. You and him really seem to hit it off really well.
Well, we have, and we're from two different worlds, of course, but he, everybody asks, one of the most common questions that I get asked a lot when he's not around is they're like, is he really that great of a guy? Because he seems like it, and he is. I've seen him in all different scenarios, and he's always the same great guy. The album that we did in September, that project was birthed out of the flood in Louisiana, which he survived 2 of last year. They had one in March that took a lot of his property and some of his belongings, and they had another one in August that was the really big flood in Louisiana that was publicized nationally, and he lost about everything in it. And we were down there a couple of days after the flood helping out with that. And he still, he's just like, well, you do. You press through it and you go on.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I was going to ask you, in person, because some of those pictures of you and him, man, it looks like you guys have been friends forever.
Yeah, we have a ball. We really do. We've connected really well, and it just kind of took off. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, a lot of that credit needs to go to you, too, because I've known you for many years. You've always been very, very easy to get along with. You're a great guy yourself, so you need to take some of that credit. So, But because I've been on stage with you before, we've done, you remember we've cut some videos together before.
Oh, yeah.
We've worked together before, so I know a lot about you, and I think a lot of that credit should go to you also. I'm sure John is a great guy, but you're also there too. So,
well, I appreciate that. That means a lot.
I'm really glad that you took out some time to actually come on the show. Keep us updated and come back from time to time and visit.
Sure.
And if you ever are down with John and you both want to holler in, we'll get you both on the show just to say hi and let John say hi to all the listeners. And we'd love to have him just like we love to have you. So
we appreciate it. That'd be great.
Well, brother, listen, I appreciate you stopping by, and I will be getting back with you here really soon. Promise you we'll come back.
Yes, sounds great, and thank you for the opportunity. It's been a
pleasure. All right, brother. Listen, you take care, man. Good talking to you, Joe.
Thank you. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
There you go. Joe Hudson, great guitar player, out there hanging with John Schneider. That's good stuff. Okay, I'm sorry about the Daisy Duke questions. Just had to know. Come on. Great interview, Joe. Thumbs up, buddy. Thanks for the time. Well, I guess you know what that music means. You know what time it is? I'll tell you what time it is. It's somebody's birthday. That's what time it is. I hope you have an awesome day if it's your birthday. Have fun. Get a little crazy. It's your day. And on behalf of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, happy birthday! Yeah! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! To you. Happy birthday! To you. Happy birthday! I'm talking to you. Happy birthday to you. Have an awesome day. A special shout out to some of my friends on Facebook. John Wynn, Kenny Hummer, Sean Carlson. You guys have a great birthday. Well, that wraps up another episode of Let's Talk About Tomorrow. I really do appreciate all of you stopping by. Big shout out to Joe Hudson, our special guest today. Joe, thanks so much, man. To our friends at Cry Like Realtors, appreciate you guys. All right, everybody, good talking to you. I love it. And I will be talking to you again tomorrow.